Hi there, YouTube, and of course live collectors once again. We're back for the second edition of the singles video. So we've got a little more rum and coke left. We've been taking a bit of time off and more or less just scoping videos on YouTube for our own enjoyment. But there's a time and place for fun and games. Right now I have to try to promote these things so that we can come to some sort of collective agreement as a live collecting community as to what the value is on these things. First of all, the Dolphins Cry promo vinyl, which I can't show you the appearance of, but if you saw the Lakini's Juice one in the last video, the 10-inch guy, more or less the same color. This guy is still sealed. He's in essentially mint condition. You could call it mint minus if you were a prick. But the seal is not broken. And to increase its value just a little bit, it happens to have a very unique number. Number 500 out of 3,000. Which doesn't mean anything if you're just interested in one of 3,000 of them, but if you're interested in actually having a unique, pretty cool number, then that's kind of a big deal. Dolphins Cry 7-inch jukebox vinyl. I have two of them. One of them has this cue card number on it, and this guy does not. So there's a little price difference there. If you want the cue card edition, I think I'm charging $4 or $5 more. Got some more Dolphins Cry. I've got actually quite a lot of Dolphins Cry stuff. There's a Swedish promo, which was just a take on the American promo with a Swedish sticker on the top. So not a lot of difference there, but still released in a different country. Here's a good example of the acetate problem that arose after, sometime around 2000. This is legit, and looking at it you're thinking, how can you possibly prove that? And I can't. In fact, the back of it is just a TDK CDR 650 74-minute little thing, and there's nothing I can show to actually prove that it's real. The source that I bought it from, a place called EIL.com, so if you're a collector, check that out, EIL.com. They're extremely reputable for issuing and I guess selling legitimate releases. So that's where I got that from. I don't doubt them for a second. They really do their research, and if it's fake, then they've been pulling the wool over people's heads for a very long time, and I really doubt that's the case. So a whole bunch more Dolphins Cry singles, mainly promos, although there are some commercial releases as well. US Run to the Water release. This one here is a Minimax CD. I don't know, is it sealed? It's not actually properly sealed. That's one of the problems here. In order to actually to get to this CD, you had to break the glue seal. So let me see if I can show you a Minimax CD. I'm going to try to hold the camera under my chin, and you might see my beard if I do this. See that though? Isn't that cool? That is cool. Yeah, that is cool. It's essentially, here, I'll grab the camera again so I can talk properly. Essentially a 3-inch CD with a little extra clear space on the outside just for appearance. Minimax CDs are very uncommon. Very few bands do this, and Live's release was welcome in the collector community. Only a couple more Run to the Water singles there. Not a lot I can say there. I'm kind of running short on those guys, but they never released all that many in the first place. This guy is kind of fun. He's got a frosted cover. See that MCA logo? That came like that. That's just the plastic, but they frosted that logo onto the release for They Stood Up for Love in America. And then from there, an Australian release and some more releases, mostly from Europe, some of them promos. Going over here, and I'm thinking at this point, you know what? We're almost 4.5 minutes in. I don't know if I'm going to get all these releases into this video. I might have to do a third, because I do want to go into a bit of detail about some of these. Because some of them I'll show you, and I guess they kind of deserve some explanation, because, well, some of them don't look like much, but their origin speaks for itself. So let me go into the Dance With You singles, which they are probably the rarest of them all. This is a Dance With You single. It's a promo from Holland. No, I'm sorry, Belgium. I believe it's from Belgium. And it is a CDR acetate. So there's nothing all that impressive to look at. What's impressive about this guy is that there were approximately 10 of them made. Just a CDR. But about 10 of them made, and they were officially released by Live as promotional items in Belgium. Dance With You wasn't intended to become all that big a single. They never released any domestic singles about it, although they had thought of it. And this brings us to the next release. They had planned on making Dance With You the 4th commercial single from The Distance to Here. This guy right here, which again looks extremely generic and boring, and in appearance is exactly that. Live Dance With You with a Nuke. In recent years, a version of Dance With You, a studio version of Dance With You with a Nuke did come to surface, and people have downloaded this, and it's no longer any big deal. However, the version that's appearing on this disc, it's now available because I actually gave the MP3 not that long ago in a big, some big post on Fans of Live forum. I released maybe 11 or so songs that I didn't think anyone had, and this was among 3 versions of Dance With You that were not out there already. This is the source disc for that. This comes directly from Friends of Live. When I had my connections with them in the year 2000, they sent me this guy along with the entire press run for the 2000 Friends of Live holiday gift, which included about 7 to 9 early discs. Everything from the original master recording to consideration acetates to additional test pressings. Basically, they just ran through a whole bunch of things before releasing the actual disc to the members. This was among the things I got. I had a nice connection with a guy called Andrew, and he no longer works there. He stopped working there in 2001. But he gave me this with an explanation that Live was intending to release Dance With You as a single, but not the album version. They were going to go with a version with a nuke. Hence, I had this disc and 2 more, which the second one has been sold, but it had 2 different versions on it. More or less just changing where Anouk was singing, you know, which verses she would sing and which verses they would let Ed sing. That whole project got scrapped. They didn't like it for this and that reason. But these CDs nonetheless remain. So what you're looking at here doesn't look like much, but it's the only existing copy, official copy of where that track comes from. So, not to dwell on this guy, but he is pretty fucking interesting. Let me see if I can get some Simple Creed into this video before we reach 10 minutes. The only VHS single that I have remaining for any live song, in particular, is the Simple Creed one. It is actually sealed, so you can assure a mint condition copy. A couple more Australian releases there. And then we got some cardboard sleeve releases, which include the Mexican promo, which was a little tough to get. It used to fetch around $50 or so back in 2001. I don't know if you can find it today. It's probably worth a little less, but I think I'm charging, I don't know what I'm charging, but it's got to be less than 50. I wouldn't ask that for it. American promo, Brazilian promo, which is really neat. It's got a little bit of different artwork, and the CD art is slightly changed as well. You've got this Promocional Invendável, which, I mean, is just, that's worth like $100 right there. Just those words. Even if I wrote them on paper and sold them to you, that'd be worth $100 right there. 2 more Simple Creed releases, and I don't think I have enough time for Overcome and the remainder of 5 Birds of Prey Awaken songs from Black Mountain, so I'm going to make a 3rd video, which will cover the rest of those. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope it was informative. Again, if you need any more information, you can email me at swamilive@gmail.com or leave a post at the end of this video and I will respond to it. see you in episode 3.